Well, we came out somewhat intact, I think we definitely won the game we needed to. And, I'll chalk up Ferris State as a loss to an exceptional opponent. I mean, nationally ranked for a reason, undefeated in our conference for a reason, and in a way they're kind of running away with the regular season right now. Grand Valley being that number 2 in the conference, a team that we beat, here in 3. So, like I said, in that regard, we're capable of beating a lot of good teams. We're just trying to put together match by match, and looking forward to this weekend. She's just all around good player. Not very flashy, but gets it done. She does her job very well, asks good questions, works really hard, and it kind of pointed out to me, and I think some people who have been watching the team and people on the team that it's easy to forget we've been without her for this long. In addition to McKenna. So. Meg's a good leader on the team. She's only a sophomore. She's got a lot of career left in her, but it's really nice to have her back. She's playing through some pain, and we really appreciate that and are grateful for her efforts and her sacrifices out there. And as you can see, pain or not, she's a good player. That, yes, for sure, and she helps us spread it out, like you're saying, for sure. I think too, she adds some experience out there. I hate to keep on, talking about it, but it's like we're so young. If we're rolling with 10 people, 6 of them are freshmen. And to have someone not just as a sophomore out there, I mean, she's only a sophomore, but at the same time, she played every match for us last year and led us in passing and led us in kills. And, she was a huge returner for us this year, and to have her out there makes a world of difference. We bounced back. Our back was against the wall a little bit, even in the third set there after dropping to number 2. And we played with a little bit of fire going forward there. I think that we extended rallies enough so that our offense gave us some opportunities. It's like if you compare it to the Ferris game where they just don't make mistakes, that number 5 for Ferris is an exceptional player. She hit one ball out of bounds at my feet on the sideline and then didn't do it again for the whole match. She just knows where she wants to put the ball, and Lake State isn't quite there yet, and so I think that we were able to get away with just extending rallies at times, and I think that was a big difference on Friday. That's a nice segue into the weekend because Purdue Northwest on Friday has got to be one of the best serving teams in the country, if not our league. I mean, they played 5 sets against Grand Valley over the weekend and lost in 5. They had 10 aces then. They had 11 against us in the 5-setter. We won down there a couple weekends ago. They dropped 13 or 14 on Winona earlier, a bunch on Wayne in 4 sets, double digits. It's it's getting to be something. I mean, they're double-digit aces almost every time. And you look at the way they go back and serve, and it's methodical, it's aggressive, but we feel like we can get them in the serve-receive game. But Ferris State does a lot of things right, and Coach Tia has them coached up real well and trained well, and their system works for them. They have a bunch of returners that they had at their disposal, I think at All-American status, and no less. And so I think it reminded us of what it looks like. We want to be there. We're working to get back there. We've been there. Again, we're trying to put the pieces together in the backcourt and in our serve-receive game. And when we are passing well and we are extending rallies, we're just a markedly better team. I'll split the difference. How about that? Yeah. It's I think that we were I knew we replacing Carissa, and then before that, that's a big hole. We lost Grace last year. Grace started 5 years for us every single set. Carissa's I think in my view at the Division II level was one of the best liberos you can find. And so we knew we would be having there's a lot of newness back there. Brooke, and then with Megan being out there for a part, and even now she's not in the back row for us. She's exclusively front row. Last year she's 6 rotations. So Brooke is literally the only one in the backcourt right now that's returning. And so there's a lot of learning going on. And we talk about some of the younger players, the speed of the game is it's part of it, and I knew I knew the calculus would include the youth back there, and I did know that it would probably take some time. I would have liked to have this, a little bit firmer a couple weeks ago, but such is life. Here we are, and we're getting closer. I think as long as we came out intact over the last weekend like we did, I feel pretty good about it going into the weekend, and then we hit the road for geez, for what seems like the rest of the season. If I could grow 5 inches, I'd be better. No, I mean, just she hits over people, right? I mean, she's. I remember when she was a freshman, and we were senior loaded, and we were the battle then was exceptional, and she was playing middle for them earlier in the season. She's just a dynamic player who, I think, to your point, is knows where she wants to put the ball. The last, to make another comparison, when we played Concordia early in the year and lost them in 4, they have 6 attackers that are just like that. Like that literally, like, I want the ball there, I'll put it there. I want the ball there, I want to put it there. And like there's just a lot of that very deliberate and intention to everything that they do. And, I think for our younger attackers, that was a great example of how it gets done. I mean, that's what they need to see. And that was kind of the purpose of the earlier part of the schedule. We've gotten a little away from our own game, and we know we can defend players like that. We did it for a number of weekends already, and I think we'll be more ready and better prepared next time we see Ferris down in Big Rapids. Confidence, which I think is gaining every day. We've had some really good practices, and so, I need to say this about my team. They are engaged. We're working through this. If you know anything about a tech student, it's like they want to get it done. They want to get it done. They want to get it done right. And I believe in this team, and I know that they want to get this done this weekend. Parkside, I have to give both Coach Lee and Sean some credit for what they've done with their teams this year. They've really turned it around for them. I've known Lee now for some time, and even when she was a player at Lewis, just a great volleyball person. It's no surprise they're playing the way they are. Coach Sean, Chicago guy, I know his background. Like he's got them coached up. We have to make less mistakes, straight up. We have to make less mistakes in all areas of our game, and it can't be like we, have a strong game here and then are kind of weaker in this part of the game. What we're looking to do is put, good output and good quality in all areas of our game because we have the talent and we have the ability to do it, and that's I think what it's going to take.